Welcome back to BT. There is Rogers Center. The Jays are hoping they can win this series in Minnesota starting today and get back to Rogers Center next week to take on the Houston Astros in what is essentially the quarterfinals of Major League Baseball's playoffs. Mark Shapiro is the president, CEO of the Toronto Blue Jays. He is in Minnesota. He's been kind enough to join us via Zoom. Mark, great to see you. Day one of the playoffs. I said it earlier, the Jays have been in operation for 47 years. This is still their 10th postseason appearance. So it's always a special moment. This is not your first rodeo, but is it still butterflies on day one of the postseason for you?
It is butterflies on pitch one. You know, that's probably the difference of postseason. That, you know, you feel every single pitch in every fiber of your body. Every play feels like a pivotal play. You're not pace yourself and then, you know, work up to the ninth inning where you feel the jitters. You feel them from minute one. But I really feel like you embrace that. You understand that the tension, the anxiety, the stress that comes with postseason is actually what you work so hard to feel. So I'm excited to feel that from minute one. I'll feel more adrenaline, Sid, when I walk in the ballpark today and kind of look at the blue sky. And it's almost 30 degrees here, which is hard to believe. But we're just excited to get going.
Mark, it was a fascinating year. You know, like 16 games above 500, that's not nothing. Like, you guys won some games here. You guys played good ball at times and had amazing pitching. Other times, you know, finding that hit that mattered was a real struggle. What are you most proud of looking back on the regular season? I think I know the answer to that. And what frustrated you the most?
I mean, I think you do know the answer. When I reflect on this year, and I told this to our staff in an email yesterday morning, I think about the 6 or 7 other large market teams that all had very high expectations from some of the biggest cities. You can probably name those teams in all of North America that are home right now, that have begun their offseason, that are watching baseball instead of playing baseball. Our guys never gave in to the challenges, never gave in to the setbacks and the adversity that they faced along the year. They kept fighting. It was never easy. As you said, I think in over 30 years in the game, I'm not sure I've had a season that was as much of a grind as this one was. But I'm most proud of their perseverance, of their determination, of the fact they never gave in. And what was behind that perseverance, what was most frustrating, that, you know, you can't really teach hitting with runners in scoring position. It's not a statistically relevant category, but it's really hard to watch when your pitching is elite, so good, your run prevention is among the best in the game, and you're just not getting the big hit.
Mark, I hate focusing on 1 or 2 players in your sport because that's not how that works. Just look at Anaheim and their situation. Baseball is a very unique sport. It's not just 1 or 2 people. With that said, Bo Bichette and Vladimir Guerrero Jr., this is now their 3rd kick at this postseason can. They're getting a little older. And for people at home, they're still on team-friendly deals, and Mark and the Jays have done a very good job spending some real money to surround them with some real pitching and some real players. This is a very important time in this organization's history. Do you feel that sense of urgency? Do the guys feel that sense of urgency?
I think we do. Listen, I wake up every day with a sense of urgency. And if you don't feel an urgency and you're in this business, you're not going to last very long. So, and I think our players feel less of an urgency. I think to be a successful player, you've got to be present. You got to be in the moment. You can't be thinking about the past, the trauma, you know, that comes with the past, and you can't think too far into what the future may hold. So for us to be successful from a player perspective, these guys need to be in the moment. This pitch, this inning, this game, not thinking too far ahead. If we do that with the talent we've got, we'll play deep into October and hopefully win the last pitch, the last out in the Major League Championship season. For us, though, Sid, we're very conscious of the things you're talking about, of windows of competitive challenges and opportunities, and we do play and build with a sense of urgency.
Mark, we're not going to keep you because it's a great day. I know you have a lot on the schedule, not just the game. But I have to ask because, and again, to reiterate for people at home, the way the postseason structure is, all these games, 2, maybe 3, will be in Minnesota if the Jays advance, when the Jays advance. The Houston Astros are waiting, and then the Jays return to Rogers Center next week. 3 million fans, Mark, went through those turnstiles, not just to see what you guys did in the outfield and the renovations, but to support your guys. How badly do you want to come home and give him a bit of a buzz?
It's hard to even quantify that. I mean, I'm grateful, so grateful for the support we receive. I'm hoping we see some of those fans come down from Winnipeg and other areas here, and then we're surprised when we hear some cheers today. But nothing's better than getting back home in front of your fans. We're gonna still try to take it pitch to pitch and game to game, but we're planning to get back, and we're planning to play multiple series in Rogers Center this fall.
I have to. Sorry, I lied. Our You Sound Off question here on BT, Mark, is will the Jays go all the way? We're asking people at home, will they go all the way? I think I know your answer. Or if you want to just keep it to yourself and not jinx anything, I respect that too. How far do you think you guys can go?
Well, I know we can. I know that if we play our best baseball, we play the baseball we're capable of playing, that we can be the best team in all of Major League Baseball. So it's more about us not thinking about going all the way, being present, competing in the moment and playing as well as we can possibly play. If that happens, we will have a very special October and play for another month.
Mark Shapiro is the president and CEO of the Toronto Blue Jays. Postseason begins today for the Jays, live on Sportsnet, 4:38 p.m. Eastern. Pre-game show's like 8 hours, so tune on Sportsnet anytime today. Game 1, it's a best-of-3 series in Minnesota. Winner takes on Houston. There's a lot on the line, obviously. Mark, all the best. We appreciate the time. Thank you.